know that there's about 100,000 people aging out, retiring out of the manufacturing workforce by 2020. And the two reports that were put out by Northeastern, Staying Power 1 and Staying Power 2. But 100, that's even if we did not add one additional job in manufacturing, we know there's going to be 100,000 vacancies. And with an average median wage of about $70,000, these are good jobs that give people.
So I've invited Dave Hawk, who is our part-time employee and full-time student at Worcester State University, and Jonathan Calderon. Jonathan recently they both recently graduated from high school, and Jonathan is with Worcester Community College. Manufacturing is a very robust industry within Massachusetts today. Although you don't see it like you used to see it, the big enormous plants that Digital and some of the other people had, we're there, we're just hidden. We're in smaller facilities, but we're spread out, and there are a lot of us around. So manufacturing is very alive, and in particular, it's very advanced. The company that I run has a lot of CNC equipment. It really starts with the young students. We've decided that the best way to ensure the success of the company over the next 20 or 30 years is to develop the young people exclusively.
And my first day on the job, I wasn't expecting them to have me do much. You know, maybe sweep up, watch, I'm gonna run the machine, you know, do something easy. But immediately, you know, they said to me, all right, we're gonna set you up on this machine, you're gonna run it. Once again, this was indicative of the fact that Lampin, you know, they understood that students don't have technical skills. Those skills can be taught. You know?
Working at Lampin, I have found which career path I would like to take. Before coming to Lampin, I was thinking about civil engineer, but then as I was working at Lampin, I realized that I'm more inclined to mechanical engineer, which is what I'm assisting to Worcester Community College as of now, to hopefully later transfer into WPI and get my degree in mechanical engineering. Some of the skills that I've noticed are needed that high school helped me with was a lot of math. So.
And we developed a fast-track program of 2 weeks of training. And back when unemployment was around 4% in Massachusetts, we were able to get people very, very quickly tooled up to go into a manufacturing firm. Were they machinists? No. Were they anything more than button pushers at that point? No. But they came in with the basics that we're talking about today that you need to have to be successful in manufacturing. So we joined forces with WPI and Quinsigamond Community College. So now someone has a pathway where they can come in with no skills, no training, and get all the way to an associate's degree, and they can do it quite rapidly.
How do you understand what the organization's goals are, and then what talent do you bring in order to contribute to those goals? If you have ever seen a cam-driven World War II vintage era screw machine, you need to have a lot of respect for a piece of equipment like that. And so I had to fine-tune my listening skills and ensure that I was, learning how to do the job safely and correctly, and certainly that helped me sort of respect the level of knowledge and talent that was out there in central Massachusetts in manufacturing. So at that organization, I fine-tuned my skills for lean manufacturing, process improvement, working with people on the shop floor who ultimately are the experts in the job that they do, and also leadership and respect and patience, because that's when my career sort of took the turn from manufacturing engineering or manufacturing technician space to management. Because I think there are a lot of industries out there where you won't experience what you experience in manufacturing from a camaraderie and a teamwork perspective. And there's some terms that we use in manufacturing, and I'll mention one today. It's all hands on deck. Now, it doesn't matter what the issue or what the crisis is, but it'll happen. And in manufacturing, from my experience, when you have a team that comes together to focus on an issue like overcoming a 36-hour power outage, the ice storm of 2009. Anyone remember that one? Yeah. Recovering a business from a chemical spill or a leak, or managing a visit from a regulatory authority. There's lots of examples out there, and what's exciting about manufacturing is that typically you see there's a team that will come together as comrades, and they'll watch each other's back, they'll cover for each other, and ultimately tackle whatever problem you're facing together to keep that factory running.
And my son got into the machine technology program, and when he started it, he loved it because he was working with his hands. The tables have turned a little bit. The program has become more engaged in CNC, of course, and so he's becoming more pensive of the idea. He's thinking that this is going to be hands-off. He loves working with his hands, and I know I heard you, Jonathan, say you love working with your hands. So my question is, when you get in the real world and you're working for a great company like Lampin, do you still have the opportunity, besides CNC, to still work with your hands on the job every day?
They do have a CAD software that will help them out, give them the program for the machine they just draw it out. But if it's necessary, because the software sometimes can't handle certain things, they will write it out by hand. And there is always a chance to work with your hands in manufacturing, I've learned.
What we're finding with the kids, as Jeannie knows, is getting them into the facilities to see what's going on and making it interesting. We're a contract manufacturer, we're heavily involved with a lot of automation, panels, control panels, interesting projects.
What can we do in the public relations sense? You know, it seems like there's these great opportunities out there, fantastic jobs, more than livable wages, you know, but how do we better communicate to our young people, our high school students, even our middle school students, as we were saying, that these are great jobs?
To that question, I oversee career and tech at Aspen Valley, and one of the things that we did this past year, we got school committee and Department of Ed approval for our, what was formerly our machine shop, to advanced manufacturing. It went to precision machine and automated manufacturing, and now we are advanced manufacturing.
And what I say to them is very simple, because it's what I went through. The best thing to do is tell the kids, go out there and get a job. Go get any job. And keep getting jobs, because that's how you're going to find out what you want, is by finding out what you don't want.
You know, we buy $1 million pieces of equipment to do the work that we do, and we recently bought a $1 million laser cutter, and our youngest laser operator is the one who learned how to operate it best and first, and he's training all the older operators. And so if you're asking as an educator, where can I concentrate, it's those programming skills, or those computer skills, because everything's becoming reliant on computers.
Yeah, on behalf of QCC, we will work with you to articulate that coursework into credit. So although it may not be the full 26 credits that Leslie just spoke to, there's college credit. They are doing the equivalent work to work we're doing in our advanced manufacturing program. And we want them to come to us. I'm thrilled that you're with us.